Hi, everyone. Welcome to today's 4th and 5th grade writing live lesson. My name is Mrs. Collum. If you have not been here, I will be your teacher for today's lesson and for our future lessons. We are in week 3 of writing an expository essay. Now, today we are going to be working on middle paragraphs again. I know we've been working on this for a while, but just know that middle paragraphs are the biggest part. They're the meat of our essay. So out of 5 paragraphs, our middle paragraphs are 3 of them. So I always like to take 2 or 3 lessons to spend practicing middle paragraphs. The next time I see you, we're going to be learning that last paragraph, the conclusion paragraph. So by week 4, you're going to be writing a whole essay. Okay, I told you this wasn't going to take long. So we are done with 4 paragraphs already. We're going to be practicing those today. So let's go ahead and start. Here's our prompt for the day. Everyone has a favorite sport they like to play. Think about your favorite sport. Now explain why this sport is your favorite. Well, right away, we see the keyword explain. So we know this is an expository essay. That's what we've been working on, expository writing. This whole 6 weeks we'll be working on expository writing. And does anyone remember how you plan for an expository essay? We've been working on that a lot. So I'll give you a few seconds to think about it. If you know it, you can start doing it. Let's see who remembers. Now, just to refresh your memory as well, I went over this the first 2 lessons, but I do want to remind you, there's 3 steps before we actually start writing our essay. The first step is we have to read the prompt, which we just did. This is the prompt, and the prompt, these are our directions. The prompt are the directions that tell us exactly what to write about. After you read the prompt, you plan for the essay, and then you actually write the essay, okay? So we read the prompt. We know we're writing about favorite sport. We know it's an expository, and now we have to plan. So hopefully you all remembered we plan using an IRC outline. That looks just like this. I stands for introduction paragraph. R1 stands for reason 1. R2 stands for reason 2. R3 stands for reason 3. C stands for conclusion. And then next to each R, we have an A and a B, only next to the R's. Now, if you've been coming to all these lessons, this is our 5th lesson together. You know, I always do this at this part of the lesson. And I do this because I want to show you that this planning is your 5 paragraphs. So I do it in different colors so you can see, but the I paragraph, the green box, is going to be your first paragraph. Your reason 1, everything in the orange box, is going to be your second paragraph. Your reason 2, everything in the blue box, is going to be your third paragraph. Your reason 3, everything in the pink box, is going to be your 4th paragraph, and your conclusion, everything in the yellow, is going to be your 5th paragraph. So you're going to be writing a 5-paragraph essay, and you know exactly what you're going to be writing about based on this planning. So for today, I want you to first make sure you have paper and pencil. I forgot to say it in the beginning, and I'm going to give you about 40 seconds to draw out this planning if you already didn't do it, okay? We're gonna do this a lot today where I'm gonna keep stopping and pausing and giving you time because you're gonna be writing this essay with me today, okay? So I'm gonna give you about 30 more seconds. Find paper and pencil if you don't already have it and draw out this IRC outline. Okay, hopefully you got that done. Now, we know it's favorite sport. So I'm going to give you 2 options today. I'm going to pick favorite sport as, I think I've done basketball with you guys before. So I'm going to pick cheer, okay, cheerleading. Now, Some of you may be like, I'm not picking cheer. That's fine. You can pick your own thing today. So it's totally up to you. You can either pick your own sport and, you know, follow along and do as I'm doing, or you can copy mine if you want to still do mine. Okay, I'll leave that up to you. So I'm going to pick cheer. Whatever you pick, you put on the I and the C line. So because I picked cheer, I'm going to put cheer and cheer. If you pick football, you put football, football. If you pick swimming, put swimming, swimming. Okay, so you're going to be planning as I'm planning. Again, you may choose to do cheer and copy mine. That's fine. We're still working on this together. Or you may say, I know this. We've been practicing this. I'm going to do my own sport today. So you write yours. Okay, now let's come up with 3 reasons. I haven't done this one before, so I got to think about this. So the first thing that I like about cheer are the different stunts you can do. The second thing I like about cheer is that, well, let's do the routines. And the third thing I like about cheer is that it's fun. So you come up with your 3 reasons if you picked a different sport. Okay, if you pick cheer, you can go ahead and copy mine and do it with me. That's fine too. But if you picked a different sport, make sure you pick your 3 reasons. Now, remember, for each reason, we got to tell 2 things about it, 2 details or examples about it. So for stunt, I'm going to talk about, and I don't know the exact name, so if you're a cheerleader, forgive me. My daughter cheers. I never cheered, but she's only 6, so I have a few ideas. But for the stunts, we know that they can do like a really high pyramid where they like, you know, hold up somebody like that. And then another thing is they like throw people up and they stand up. I don't know what that's called, but that's okay. For routines, 2 things about routines. I like that it can be like a dance routine, and it can also like involve a cheer. It can be like a mix of those 2. And then for fun, it's fun because we get to do competitions and we get to hang out with our friends while we're cheering. Okay, these are just what I'm picking. So if you picked a different sport, go ahead. Now, I'm going to give you a few more seconds to finish this up if you haven't finished it, and then I want to show you something. Okay. If somebody came up to me and said, Mrs. Collum, what are you going to write about in your 3rd paragraph? I would have the exact answer, because I would look at here, my planning, and I would see my 3rd paragraph. Oh, that's easy. I'm going to talk about that cheer has a lot of routines. And then I'm going to talk about how they have dance routines. And I'm going to talk about how they have cheer routines. And if someone said, but what are you talking about in your 4th paragraph? I'd say easy. 4th paragraph, talk about how cheer is fun. I'm going to talk about all the competitions and what I do there and how I get to help my friends and have fun while I'm cheering. So this is why once you have this filled out, there's no question about what you're going to write about in each paragraph. You're never going to have to wonder, I don't know what to write about. You have it. And that's why your A's and B's are so important, because if we didn't have A's and B's, when we get to this paragraph, we would just say, first, I like cheer because the stunts. I can do stunts. I like stunts. Stunts are fun. We don't want to keep saying stunts, stunts, stunts. We want to elaborate and tell more. So we're going to say, I like cheer because of stunts. And then we're going to talk about the pyramid stunts and how you can throw people up stunts. Okay, that's why your A's and B's. Your A's and B's help you elaborate. And all the big word elaborate means is tell more about it. Okay, if someone said to me, what are you going to wear to the party on Saturday? And I said, a dress. Can you at all picture in your mind what that's like? No, but if someone said, well, elaborate, tell me more, I could say, oh, it's a black dress. It has pink flowers on it. It goes down to my knees. It has a white collar, whatever it is. That's elaborating. Elaborating is telling more, giving examples and details. And that's what your A's and B's do. Okay, so we have our plan here. Now we're going to write. Okay, so you're going to need paper to write the essay. I am going to keep my planning right next to it because that's our guide, right? I always keep my planning next to it because that's our roadmap. I want you to be able to see, move this right there. Perfect. I want to be able to see what we're writing about and where we're getting information from. So I know I've taught you, so you should know exactly what each paragraph has in it. Okay. The I paragraph, you know that you have to do a hook. You have to name your 3 reasons sentence. And you have to have a closing. In your R1, you have to have a T sentence, your topic sentence, 3 sentences about your A, and 3 sentences about your B. Those should be 3s. In your R2, you need to have your T sentence, 3 about A, and 3 about B. In your R3, you should have your T sentence, 3 about A, and 3 about B. And we have not learned C yet. But you know exactly how to write all 4 of these paragraphs. You know exactly what sentences should be in there. This is easy. We've gone over this, right? So you should be like, yeah, I don't have any questions. I know exactly what I'm writing about. So let's start with the introduction paragraph. We are going to focus on just the I paragraph. Okay, I'm going to cover all the rest up real quick. Just the I paragraph. We know we have to have a hook. We have to name our 3 reasons in a sentence and a closing. Now, your hook, remember I told you there's a bunch of different ways to do hooks. We've just been talking about 2 ways, either a question or statement. Okay, we will learn different ways later. Right now, I want to keep things simple, either a question or a statement about the topic. And the topic is favorite sport. Okay, so last time I did a statement, so I'm going to make a question now. I'm going to indent because I'm starting a new paragraph. And I'm going to say, what is your favorite sport? Okay, that's my hook. I'm done. Now I have to name my 3 reasons. Remember, I'm not talking about my A's and B's. My reasons are stunts, that's reason 1, reason 2, routines, and reason 3, fun. So when I write this 3 reason sentence, I'm just naming these 3 reasons. I'm not going to say pyramid or dance or cheer, none of that. I'm just naming my 3 reasons. Okay, so I'm going to say, what is your favorite sport? And say, mine is cheerleading because I'm going to name my first reason, the stunts, comma, now my second reason, the routines, comma, and then my 3rd reason, and it is fun. So I'm done with my 3 reasons sentence. I'm going to come right here and put a check. I have 1 more sentence for I, my closing sentence, and that's just where you say something nice about the topic. So I'm going to say, cheer is the best sport in the world. And now I'm going to put a check next to closing. So I have a hook. What is your favorite sport? I name my 3 reasons. Mine is cheerleading because the stunts, the routines, and it is fun. Let's see. I have stunts. Yep. Reason 2, routines. Yep. Reason 3, fun. Yep. Okay, perfect. I put all those in a sentence. And then I have a closing. Cheer is the best sport in the world. That's my 3 sentences. I'm done with I. I'm going to put a big old check next to I. I am done. Now that I'm done with I'm going to go to R1. I'm just going to focus on R1, what is in the orange box. Now, before I go to R1, I am going to pause, and I want to let those of you who are working on your own topic, I want you to finish your introduction paragraph, and those of you that are copying mine, make sure you have this all written down. 3 sentences, make sure you indent. Okay, so I'm going to give you about 30, 40 seconds. Okay, hopefully you finished that. We are going to write R1. Now, we look right here. It's easy. R1 is T, which is our topic sentence, which remember our topic is just what's our main reason. So our topic sentence is going to be about stunts. Then I need to write 3 sentences about my A. My A is pyramid. I write 3 sentences about doing a pyramid stunt. And then 3B, 3 sentences about how you can throw people up. And that's it. I know exactly what I'm writing about. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. So I'm going to indent because I'm starting a new paragraph. Remember that our topic sentences always have to start with a transition word, which we're just using 1st, 2nd, and 3rd right now. Okay, I will teach you fancy transitions later. We are just using basics right now. Okay, this is the easiest way to teach writing. Later, we'll fancy it up. Because this is reason 1, I'm going to use first. So I'm going to indent, put first. You always put a comma after transition word. First comma, remember my topic sentence about stunts. I love cheerleading because of the stunts, period. All right, so with colors, I'm going to show you my topic sentence. I'm going to highlight in yellow just so you can see it. Okay, I'm done with T, which is my topic sentence. So I'm going to put a check by it. Now I have to write 3 sentences about my A. 3 sentences about my A, which is pyramid. Okay, so I'm going to say, one of the stunts you can do is standing on each other's shoulders and building a pyramid, period. That's only 1 sentence about pyramid. I have to write 3 about pyramid. That's only 1. So I've got 2 more to write about it. You have to make sure everyone lines up in position. It is important to keep your balance, period. Now, remember, when you're writing an expository essay, you are just explaining. Now, you may say, well, everyone knows that. Pretend like you're writing this to an alien that just dropped out of the sky and knows nothing about our world, or a 6-month-old baby that knows nothing. You are explaining it like that. So I'm going to do my A sentences in pink. So let's see if I have 3 sentences about A. I need 3. Let's see. The first one says, one of the stunts you can do is standing on each other's shoulders and building a pyramid. That's 1. I did 1 about A. Next one, you have to make sure everyone lines up in position. That's 2. And you can see I have a period after each one. It is important to keep your balance. That's 3. Done. I did 3 about pyramid. But I'm not done with this paragraph. I'm not done yet with this paragraph. I have to do 3B. Now I have to write 3 sentences about B. Remember, my B is how you can like throw people up and they land. All right, so for B, I have to write, my B is throw. So I have to write 3 sentences about that. I'm in the same paragraph, so I'm not indenting. I'm still in this paragraph. So I'm going to say, another stunt is throwing one cheerleader up in the air. Period. That's 1 sentence. I have to write 3 about B. This usually happens with a group so they can catch the person as they come down. Right? Usually like 3 or 4 people and they'll throw one up, does a little twirl, and then they all catch him or her. So that's my second sentence. So I said, another stunt is throwing one cheerleader up in the air. That's 1. This usually happens with a group so they can catch the person as they come down. 2, I have 1 more sentence. Sometimes during this throw, they will spin or flip. All right, so let's do our 3B in green. So let's see if I have 3 about B. Another stunt is throwing one cheerleader up in the air. That's 1, I have a period. This usually happens with a group so they can catch the person as they come down. That's 2, I have a period. Sometimes during this throw, they will spin or flip. That's 3, and I have a period at the end of that one. I am done with this paragraph. Okay, look, I did T, it's in yellow. I did 3 about A, those 3 sentences are in pink. And I did 3 about B, those 3 sentences are in green. So I am done with R1. I'm going to put a big check by R1. So if you're looking at my essay, this is my I, and this is my R1. I'm done. So now I need to go to R2. Now, before I do that, I know some of you are still copying this or finishing up your own essay that you're working on about a different sport. So I'm going to pause again and give you time to catch up. Okay, so go ahead, finish this up so we can start working on R2 together. Okay, hopefully you've got that paragraph done. I know it was a big one. Let's go ahead to R2. Now we're going to do R2 a little different. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have you writing this with me, but I'm going to let you try first, and we're going to go sentence by sentence. Okay, so let's look at R2. Now remember, some of you may be doing your own, so that's fine. You can just follow along. Now we know that we need to have T, which is about routines. 3 about A, which is dance, and 3 about B, which is cheer. Okay, so first we're going to write our T sentence. Okay, I'm going to let you do it first. I'm going to give you a few reminders. Before you write this sentence, you have to make sure you indent because you're starting a new paragraph. You have to make sure you put a transition word, a first, second, or third, because this is R2, it should be second. You should put a comma after that. Okay, and then you're going to put routines as your topic and your topic sentence. Okay, so I'm going to let you try this first, and then I'm going to write it. So go ahead and write your topic sentence. Okay, so now I'm going to write it, my version. Yours may not be exactly the same, but that's okay. So I'm going to indent. I'm just starting my topic sentence. I'm going to start with second because this is my reason 2. It's my second reason. Second, comma, I love cheerleading because of the routines. Our T sentences we've been doing in yellow, so I'm going to do that in yellow. You can see that one up there is in yellow. All right, now I have to write 3 sentences. Next is 3A, 3 sentences about A, and I'm going to talk about how the routines involve dance. I have to write 3 sentences about that. Okay, so I'm going to let you try it first, and then I'm going to write it. Okay, so I'm going to pause again, and I'm going to let you write 3 sentences about A. Remember, you're explaining and teaching your reader like they know nothing, and you're talking about how the routines include dance. Okay, go ahead and try. Okay, hopefully you got to write 3 cents about A. Now I'm going to write my version. Okay, so make sure, check it as I'm writing it. Make sure yours is on topic and you have 3 cents about A. If you need to change anything, no problem. So I already said I love cheerleading because the routines, because that was my second reason. And now I need to write 3 sentences about dance. So I'm going to say, some of the routines you do include dance. That's 1 sentence about A. Oops. You can do you can do various dance moves. And I'm going to stop there. Period. That's 2. And now I have to write another one. I'm explaining to my reader. The dance moves can be with your arms, legs, or even both. So I wrote 3 sentences about dance moves, or about dance. So I know my A sentences are pink, so I'm going to do these in pink too. So make sure I have 3. Some of the routines you can do include dance. That's 1. That's my period there. You can do various dance moves. That's 2, my period there. The dance moves can be with your arms, legs, or even both. That's 3. So I have 3 sentences about my A. Now, last, I have to do 3 sentences about my B. 3 sentences about my B. So I'm going to give you time again to try this, and then I'll come back on and I'll write my version of it. Go ahead and write your 3 sentences about your B. Your B is cheer. So you're talking about the routines have like cheer routines. We've already talked about the dance, but now we're going to talk about they have cheer routines within them. So, you know, where like sometimes during a routine, they'll do dance to music. And other times they'll be like, you know, J, H, S, whatever high school they're going to, and they'll do a cheer for that. All right, so go ahead and try to write the 3B sentences on your own. Okay, so let's write these. Let's see what you have, compare it to mine, make sure you followed the 3B and you have 3 sentences about the topic of cheer. So I'm going to say, another part of the routines can be a cheer, period. This usually is done without music, period. You just yell out the cheer and use your pom-poms. Okay, see how when I mess up, I just cross it out real quick. I don't make a big deal about it. You don't have to erase it perfect. This does not need to be perfect, okay? Now, my B sentences I'm doing in green. So let's see if I have 3. Another part of the routines can be a cheer. That's 1. There's my sentence in a period. This usually is done without music. That's 2, period. You just yell out the cheer and use your pom-poms. That's 3, period. Okay, so I am done with R2. Now, if you're just looking at colors real quick, you can see my topic sentences and both are in yellow. My 3 A sentences up here are in pink, and my 3 A sentences in here are in pink. And then my 3 B sentences up here are in green, and my 3 B sentences down here are in green. You are going to do the exact same thing for R3. Okay, this is going to be your homework to do on your own. The exact same thing. You're doing this completely on your own. Remember, you need to have T. That's your first sentence, which is going to be about you like cheer because it's fun. Then you're going to write 3 sentences about your A, which are the competitions, and 3 sentences about your B and how you can have friends on your cheerleading team. Make sure when you start your R3, you indent and you start with a transition word. It's your 3rd reason, so you should be starting with 3rd and put a comma. If you have highlighters, highlight. You don't have to use the same colors, but highlight your T sentences in one color, all of your A sentences in another color, and all of your B sentences in another color. Okay, and then you're gonna be done with I, R1, R2, R3, and then next time I see you, we're gonna learn this last paragraph, C. Okay, that is your homework. Finish that up. I will see you at the next lesson. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.